All right, you might not know her face or her name, but you most likely have seen her work, and she is just one of the nicest people you will ever meet.
Yes, Vicki Behringer is a court sketch artist who documents legal cases when cameras are not allowed inside the courtroom.
So she joins us live. Vicki, it's so good to see you. So talk about your process of drawing these courtroom sketches and how you capture the emotion when cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom.
Great to be here. Actually, I try to get the scene of what's happening and what the energy is of the courtroom. I first of all try to get the person's face, like the defendant, the most important person in the courtroom, try to make sure it looks like them. And then if there's any emotion happening, I get that. I start off with a pencil and I do quick sketches, and often I have to switch over. You know, like that one's the scene changed and I need to ditch that one and try another one. And then I ink the lines in, get rid of the pencil, and then right there in my seat, I have a little watercolor set and I watercolor everything.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of those colors as you're talking there. It's just fascinating to hear that process. What are the biggest challenges when you're doing this? And I imagine time has to be among the top of them.
Oh, definitely time is way up at the top. Everything needed to be finished yesterday because it needs to get on air. But then the other thing is, do I have a seat where I can actually see them? A lot of times I just get a glimpse of their profile and I see the back of their heads. And that is very tricky. When there's not a jury in place, a lot of times the judge will let me sit in the jury box so I do have a better view of them. And sometimes I have to bring out my binoculars because it's just too far away.
You recently did sketches for the Sherry Papini case, and I know you were there all throughout the Scott Peterson case. Of all the cases you have covered, you've seen a lot of things. What stands out to you?
A few of them do. The first being the Unabomber. And then after that would be Scott Peterson. I mean, that was 6 months down in Redwood City. And I just, I lived there with all the rest of the reporters, and we covered that trial gavel to gavel. And it was unbelievable the amount of attention it got. Right after that, I did the Michael Jackson molestation trial down in Santa Maria in Central California. And that was unbelievable. Scott Peterson was like a United States story. And then Michael Jackson was like worldwide. There were media coming into that from everywhere around the globe.
Yeah. How much do you worry or think about in the moment how the public will receive the images that you put out, or how they will judge them? There was, of course, the infamous court sketch of Tom Brady that some said made him, look like some sort of monster. How much of that do you worry about when you're in the moment doing these?
Well, when I'm in the moment sketching, I just do the best job I can, and I have no chances to think about what, oh, somebody might not like this. No, it's just, no, let's just do the best possible job. And that poor Jane Rosenberg, that sketch, as you see here, that, it's actually, he was part of a much bigger picture, and I don't think it's even being shown there. In the entirety of it, and she's using pastels, and it's really hard to get a fine tip, a fine point to sketch with that. And so when you go close up on that, it doesn't look as good as it could. And it's actually the image itself. I mean, it was sketched probably this size, and that's really difficult.
Yeah. So what's the quickest you've ever had to do a sketch?
Probably 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was, I think it might have been the Unabomber. I can't remember, but normally I have a little more time than that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of time, I wish we had more time to talk to you, but we've run out of time. But Vicki, good to see you, and thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Great. It's wonderful to see you.